Welcome to chapter 11 of the book of Job. So far, the third king that has come to see Job claims Job's afflictions are deserved. Well, that may be a little bit harsh. We'll go through it and find out. First, I'll read some of the Greek, and then we'll go into the chapter. Ipolavon ve sofar o meneos legi, o tapola legon ke antakusate ke o evlalos iate ine dikeos evlogimenos genitos ginekos oligovios. And undertaken so far the Manaean. Now, a Manaean could have been from the island of Crete. The Manaeans were there, but there's another spelling with this Meneos, and the King James gives it the Minoan, different English word, and exactly where he was at is questionable. But I mentioned a little bit more in the introductory video on these three kings, or two kings and a tyrant. And anyway, he says, well, the one saying many things also shall listen in turn. Okay, you've done all this talking, Job, now you have to listen. Or does the well-spoken imagine himself to be just? Well, he was just, but so far doesn't see it. And so he now is making a big mistake here in imagining himself to be able to say, does Job imagine himself to be just? Where it's sort of like saying, you're really not. And so poor Job, he has all these people coming and questioning his motives and so forth. Blessed be the one born of a woman short-lived. Somebody that hasn't lived long on this earth is blessed. He says, become not many in words, for there is not one judging you by comparison. Now, maybe he's saying himself, he's not really judging him, but he is in a way. And so don't go talking a lot about yourself and what it is. Let's see what he says. For do not say that I am pure in the works and blameless before him. So this is something that so far is accusing Job, or not accusing him, but telling him, don't say something that's true. And we know at the end of the book that God comes against these three men and says that a lot of the things that they're saying weren't true. Don't say, so he's saying, don't say you're just and blameless. Then he goes into about God. But however is the Lord to speak to you and open his lips with you? Well, then he shall announce to you the power of wisdom. So now we have wisdom. And this was picked up by Solomon, the power of wisdom. Many of the writers of the Old Testament may have read the book of Job and picked up on different words and ideas and brought them out in other ways. Then he continues that it will be double to the things of yours. If you, the Lord can double it, which he ends up doing. And so far as a prophet, he doesn't know it, but Job ends up with double. And then you shall know that what is worthy to you resulted from the Lord whom you have sinned. Oh boy. So now he's sinned. He doesn't know. So same thing with Jesus. They didn't know that Jesus was sinless, and they accused him of being a sinner. The man who was healed at the Bethesda pool, they brought him in front of the Pharisees and the priests, and they said about the man was a sinner who healed him. And he said, I don't know if he's a sinner or not, but I know that I was blind and now I see. I think it was blind. Or that was maybe another one. But anyway, So Jesus was sinless, but people didn't see it and accused him of sinning. It's the same thing here. Or will you find the trace of the Lord? Or did you arrive unto the latter end, which the Almighty prepared? Do you know all this stuff about God, what he's doing? Heaven is high, and what will you do? But of the things deeper in Hades, hell, what do you know? You haven't seen it. Are longer than the measure of the earth, or the breadth of the sea? Do you know any of these things, Job? And if God shall eradicate all things, who will say to him, what did you do? For he knows the works of the lawless. Now he's giving us words of what God is, and these are all true. God can eradicate. He's larger than the seas. He controls nature. And he says, for he knows the works of lawless, and beholding, he shall not overlook the things out of place. Well, that is true, but yet so far is false in attributing this to Job. But man, otherwise shall be overconfident in words. And so he's sort of accusing Job of just talking too much. But a mortal born of a woman is equal to a recluse donkey. Now, whether a man is equal to a recluse donkey, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he was wrong here in his argument to Job, and circumstances that have happened to Job are flawed again. For if you established your heart clean, and I don't know that Job did, God did, and turned up and opened your hands to him, now here we get the ifs. If. So the possibility is maybe not. Maybe not, you don't have a clean heart, and maybe you're not going to turn up your hands to God. And if there is anything, a lawless thing in your hands, cause it to be at a distance. So again, you probably have something hidden that we don't know. Just get rid of it, lift up to God, and let not injustice lodge in your habitation. So again, injustice is being attributed to Job by Sophar. For thus, now I don't think we can hear from Sophar again until the 20th chapter. For thus your face shall illuminate as if pure water. If you fess up, Job, then you're going to be in better shape. And you shall scrape off filth. Well, Sophar is wrong. And in no way shall you be fearful. Now, this would be true generally if somebody was unrighteous and is a sinner, then all these things that he's saying are true. But he doesn't see the reality of Job's situation with God and Satan. So he's saying all these things that are true, but not applicable to good old Job. And you shall forget trouble as a wave going by, and you shall not be fearful. And your vow will be as Eosphoros, and that is early morning. And from midday, life shall arise to you. You'll have a new life if you fess up, Job, and you shall be complying, for it is hope to you. You're going to now, from now on, comply to the things of God instead of rebelling. And from out of anxiety and bewilderment, peace shall appear to you. Now, maybe he did have anxiety and bewilderment, wondering why, Job that is, wondering why he's in the condition he's in, and he's anxious over all this physical ailments of these boils and so forth. So peace is going to be with you if you fess up. For you shall be tranquil, and there will not be one waging war against you. I have this underlined to italicize it next. And turning, many will beseech you. And your life will change if you just confess to God. But deliverance shall leave them, and that's the impious ones, for their hope is destruction. And the eyes of impious ones shall melt away. And you can be pure, Job, if you give your heart to God, and so forth, saying a lot of true things for us that are sinners and have fallen, but again, not to Job. And to the impious one, deliverance shall leave them. Soteria is salvation in the King James, for their hope is destruction. The next chapter, I don't know what the title is. I don't have it here, but whatever the title is, we're going to go through that chapter, chapter 12, in our next video seminar going through the book of Job. Until then, God bless.